Tastes pretty damn good. Yeah, bikers do like Starbucks. Either that or I'm not a biker. Welcome, citizens of the globe, to Tripp On Two Wheels. Now, I know I'm world famous here in Texas, but I've noticed that there are people from a lot of different countries tuning into the channel lately. So I thought what I would do, after about 15 videos being posted on this channel now, and I hope you liked at least a few of them, I thought I would answer the question, just who the heck is Tripp? What the heck is Tripp On Two Wheels? Who is Tripp? This fool who wants me to tune in and watch his videos and subscribe to his channel. Now, I got to be real careful in this intersection because you see all this dust. Motorcycles do not like this kind of crap in the middle of the road. Oh, there's the squeak on the brakes. I get that when it's cold out. And it is a bit cold today, but it's not that cold. It's actually beautiful out today. It's the first day of sun we've had in Central Texas in about 9 days, and I'm really thankful for that. Oh, look at this, Mr. Train. Thank you. Thank you for coming into our lives at this very moment. UP, we used to call that useless pathetic when I was a kid. I have no idea what CMO is for. But anyway, I'm going to turn off this video for a second and let this lovely gravel train go by. You didn't know that the major export of Central Texas was gravel, did you? Clean and fresh, probably on its way to your local grocery store right about now. Okay, I'm going to go for real now until this train is gone. I'm sure you don't want to watch gravel going by for 20 minutes. And now the train is gone. Da 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 da. Anyhow, before we were so rudely interrupted, well, Tripp On Two Wheels is my YouTube channel. If you're watching this, you probably already know that. And I hope that you all have subscribed. But I thank you for being here, and I thank you for watching. Now, why on two wheels? Well, I love to ride. I love pretty much everything with a motor or an engine and two wheels on it. And it's been that way pretty much all my life. Now, why Tripp? Well, that's my name. Hello, folks. I'm Tripp. Anyway, I've lived to hell and back, it seems, and decided to settle here in Texas, basically for a job that I followed, and I really enjoy it. I live in the Texas Hill Country, and it's absolutely beautiful, and it is even nicer if you own a convertible, or better yet, a motorcycle or a scooter or something like that to get out and enjoy it in. And what makes me a quote-unquote authority on motorcycling? Well, I'm really not an authority. I just enjoy riding, and I like to pass on a little knowledge here and there, and I like making videos. So what all bikes have I owned in my life? Well, I started riding when I was about 9. My dad got my brother and I a mini bike from Sears, and we called it the Spine Crusher. It was a $99 mini bike. It was painted orange, had no shock absorbers. It was literally like it took a giant sponge and wrapped it in vinyl and stapled it to a piece of plywood and bolted that to this tubular frame. And gosh, it had little tiny wheels. I used to ride the hell out of that thing, and you'd get all beat to hell riding it, but it was a lot of fun. Anyway, so I started off on the Spine Crusher, and then graduated up to motocross. I had a Kawasaki KZ90 or Z90, I don't remember which it was, and then ended up later with a Honda Elsinore 125 and a Suzuki TM250. I was never really good at motocross, but I really enjoyed it. I was middle of the pack good at best. I raced in an amateur league, I guess you could call it, for a couple of years. That was a lot of fun. Then I ended up selling my motocross bikes when I figured out I didn't have a future in it. Bought a bass boat, a small bass boat. I fished a lot with that as a kid. But I'd always owned mopeds, something powered. And it wasn't until I was an adult for a number of years that I got back into riding. And I started off with scooters, got a couple of maxi scooters. And then in the last few years, bigger bikes and riding on the road. I'm a pretty conservative rider, very conservative rider actually. And the bike that I own right now is a Kawasaki. As you can see, it's the bike that I've been riding in most all of my videos. It's a Kawasaki Vulcan S 650cc bike, and I really love it. It really suits me just fine. But my interests don't end there. I'm really infatuated with Indians, with Harleys. I like the old cafe racers. I like Hondas and Yamahas, some of the vintage bikes. I'm a big fan of Triumph. There's, believe it or not, even a couple of Ducatis I like, Aprilias. I like the old British bikes, the Triumphs, the Nortons, a couple of Royal Enfields. Some of my favorite bikes are right now, obviously, this Vulcan S, but I really like the Vulcans. I'm fond of Harleys. I like the Custom 1200. I like the Fat Boy, the Fat Bob. Probably the biggest thing I'd be a part of maybe someday is a Road King. I'm fond of the Yamaha Bolt and some of the smaller cruisers. In the Honda lineup, I'm really like the old CB 1100s, the CB 750s, CB 350s, but I've toyed with the idea of getting a CB 1100 EX. I think that bike is just neat. I've heard the power delivery on the newer bikes is really cool with that 4-cylinder engine. Then on the Triumph line, I like the T100. I like the Bonneville. I'm really fond of the Triumph Thunderbirds. Really like those. And then the Indian line, the Indian Scout, is just, I think that's a great bike. So that's some of my interest. I'm going to try to get on those and test ride those later on in future videos in the channel. So what else do I like besides motorcycling? Well, I'm really fond of puppies and unicorns and rainbows. Yeah, right, to hell with that. Well, I'm a pretty outdoorsy dude. Hello, Miss Cow. Pretty outdoorsy guy. I like to camp. I like to fish. Pretty much anything outdoors. I'm very active in the Boy Scouts. I'll tell you, that's one of the reasons I got a really big set of hard bags. I've got a tank bag. I've got a tail bag, some bungee cords, and I plan on doing some motorcycle camping. I've already done a little bit, but I haven't featured that on the channel yet, so I plan on doing some of that. I just love getting out and riding. Brings me a lot of joy, sense of freedom. It's days like today and weather as gorgeous as we have today that makes this all worthwhile. And riding past tons and tons of gravel plants and quarries, which we have a bazillion of around here. One of my big loves also is football. I love college football. I love pro football. I love college a lot more than pro, though. I probably go to 7 or 8 college football games a year. Love them to death. I don't care if it's Little Sisters of the Poor playing the School for the Deaf, Dumb, and Blind. I'm going to go watch it on TV or something. Really enjoy it. Let me see. I've got a dog. Not a cat person. I have had a couple of cats though before, but let me give you a word of advice. If you're going to own cats, just have one. You have one cat, it kind of treats you like a dog will treat you. It wants attention. It'll hang out with you, be cool. You get 2 cats, they could give a crap about you, man. They pair up. They could care less. You get 3 or more cats, not only does that make you a crazy cat lady, even if you're a man, but it pretty much tells me that you're insane. Anyhow, I'm a dog person. I've got a boxer. She's wonderful. She's hoppy, she's jumpy, she's licky, she doesn't know when to get down. But I love her, she loves me. Isn't that sweet? Absolute great dog. Very smart too. She doesn't get into trouble. Most smart dogs use their intelligence for evil. She doesn't. She uses it for good. She just likes to love on you. I like to take her camping with me. It's too bad that I couldn't get a sidecar for this thing and put her in it. Probably freak her out. It's kind of funny, when I first got really heavily back into riding, I'd show up home and have my helmet on, and she would just, I mean, she thought it was Darth Vader. She thought the world had come to an end and I was there to assassinate her. But now she's gotten used to it and sees me coming in looking like Darth Vader. She's like, "Hey Darth, what the hell's going on? Where have you been? Why'd you leave me? Where's my food? Give me this, give me that. Did you bring me a present?" Anyway, I've lived in Texas 4 or 5 places, Louisiana, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, California, Washington, Idaho, and I actually lived in the country of Panama for about 6 years. Believe it or not. I speak a little Spanish, but it really sucks. I've lost it, and even though I'm in South Texas, my Spanish really sucks. Let me see, I guess, if you had any questions, you could just write them down below. Ask me. I can tell you all about Tripp. What a way to bore yourself to sleep, huh? So what have I done professionally? Well, done a lot of different things. I've actually toyed with the idea of selling motorcycles for a living, but I don't know how that would work out. Sad thing about that was I'd love being around motorcycles, but then I'd have to be around them on Saturdays and Sundays and evenings. When the heck am I going to get out and ride? Hey, Mr. Three-Wheeled Vehicle. So that brings me to a question. Are three-wheeled vehicles part of the biking family? I guess they are. You don't need a motorcycle license to drive them, but you know, what's the deal? And I can understand why people own them. You know, you get your balance is off. You know, your torso strength is a little less as you age. It's a great way to keep you out there in the wind in your hair, so to speak, or the wind in your helmet, as I prefer. And I think they're kind of cool. If I got one, I'd want one with a trunk. Blah blah blah. Talk much, Tripp? I'd want one with a trunk and a lot of storage space. Something that I could go about 8 billion miles on a road trip. Those things are awful damn expensive, though. So what else can I tell you? I don't really know. If you have any questions, please write them below. Put them down. I'll do my best to answer them. And please subscribe to this channel. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell. Anyway, that's Tripp on Two Wheels. That's me. I guess, you know, why the channel? Well, I'm no motorcycle expert. I'm just an average Joe. But I'm learning new stuff every day and having fun and new experiences. And when I have them and when I learn them, I'm going to share them with you here on this channel. Be it different places to go, different facts, facts about gear, reviews, test drives, safety, you name it, I'll share it with you. So anyway, hope you'll subscribe, join the ride, become part of Tripp Nation or whatever the hell it is. And I think I'm going to sign off now and just enjoy myself and ride and shut up and just listen to the wind. So I thank you for joining me today, and until next time, this is Tripp on Two Wheels, and as always, my good friends, and you are my good friends, ride safe and ride often. See ya. Hurry up, Mr. Train. Oh my God, it's an earthquake. Oh, beware of falling gravel. Ah!